Hello and welcome to a bunch of Dicksniffers talk about anime. I hate everything in the world. I am your host, Dean. I'm the tsundere. I'm angry on the outside, but in the inside I just want to be held. And with me, I have my special guest. Not special at all, because they're always here. Carlos, he's the pretty one. He has the long hair and all the boys want him.
I always idolize Princess Marco.
We have Ari. Ari, he's the one that sits in the front of the class because he's so studious and he's always on time, and he's probably the class president or something.
Hey, I just want to learn, okay?
Exactly. And then there's Dave.
No way.
He's... Oh my god. Dave, he's the weird one that sits in the back of the class.
I thought it was the senpai, because I'm the oldest one here.
Yeah, he's the senpai that sits in the back of the class and mostly just draws pictures of yaoi all the time.
And I'll never notice you. I'll never notice any of you.
And we have Hunter, who is the loli.
Yes, that is my entire character.
Does that make Taylor the yondir?
Taylor is, yes, he's a yondir. Taylor is out on assignment in the Wild Wild West. He is searching for giant mechanical spiders for our upcoming mecha episode. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Okay.
And as we spoke about on the last episode, today's topic is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, a journey through space and time, and love and lust. But before all that shit, what have you guys been wiggity watching? Let's start with Ari. You're the birthday boy.
Alright, so I was actually watching Amagi Brilliant Park.
Oh, tell us about this.
I've never heard of this before.
God.
This is definitely not the second time that we have done this.
Alright, so it's a show about a character helping out in a theme park that's failing, and he's coerced into doing it because, they're on the verge of being closed down, and part of their thing is that they're actually denizens of a magical land, and guests actually kind of give them magic power, so like if they don't attract enough guests, they don't have enough magic power and they can't sustain themselves, so it's literally a life and death matter for them. And literally in the first episode, the main character gets asked on a date, and he, right as it starts, there's a shotgun in his face, and he's pretty much forced to go on a date, which is actually more like a recruitment opportunity, and then that leads to him being the acting GM for the park.
The game master?
Yes. So he actually does also gain some magical powers as a result of kissing the princess.
Ooh.
And he gets the ability to read minds, but he can only do it once per person.
He's bulimic?
Yes.
Man. Lucky.
And I haven't finished it yet, but it's pretty funny, and I definitely like some of the characters because they're silly. So, I wouldn't mind recommending it once I finish it. So,
A+, would watch again. That might be going a little bit far.
Yeah. So,
just give him a second to get off the stage before you guys go on.
Okay. You just gotta elbow him in the throat and just take the podium. Out of the way, nerd.
This be so aggressive.
Because I got a lot of really important stuff to talk about, guys.
Oh yeah, you do. So Ari, it's worth at least checking out a little bit, you would say?
Yeah. Definitely worth checking out for if we decide to do a more comedy-oriented suggestion.
Alright. Who else wants to go?
Well, I'll just mention real quick. I have something I want to talk about, but it is a bit of a spiel, so I'm gonna wait for the soapbox. to
Yes.
explain to you guys something that will be very nostalgic.
All right.
Alright, leave it at that. about you,
Anyone else?
I was watching JoJo's to catch up for this week's episode, and but I caught a trailer for a thing that looks really interesting. It's called Uma Musume Pretty Derby.
All right.
And about racehorses, but they're girls and they're also idols, and I think lesbians. And the trailer for it is just like, it just shows like a horse track race, and then like the doors open and a bunch of girls with like ears, like horse ears and tails, just are like running full speed, like a bunch of assholes out of the fucking gate, and just having like a choir of like idol song and stuff. It looks really dumb and kind of amazing.
David, do they have a dub? And if they do, does Sarah Jessica Parker voice one of the horse ladies?
I'm pretty sure I saw her in the crowd somewhere.
Are you sure she isn't the director?
She might be. It's based on her own life experiences. Oh, that's
Hey-o.
mean. But she does look like a horse.
It's also made by the same guys that Psy Games, which make that show Rage of Bahamut, which
Yeah.
Arya really likes. So this might actually be a really good show, or they might just be going completely fucking insane. I don't know which.
A little column A, a little column B.
So if you want to watch somebody's descent into madness,
Do
this might be a
I?
good start. This might be a good start.
Alright then. And Hunter, tell us about Breath of the Wild, since you've been doing nothing besides playing the fucking Zelda game the entire time.
Well, Dean, I'm getting the weirdest sense of deja vu here.
Because you had to go around the entire podcast and collect all your memories, right?
Right.
I know some things about that
how
game.
How did you know that?
Because I'm actually Zelda.
What?
Oh my God.
I don't
Zelda's
know.
a
I haven't played
girl?
the whole game yet, but that's probably a plot
Plot
twist
twist.
somewhere.
Some earth-shattering.
Zelda can't be a ninja boy. She's a girl. What?
But yeah, I don't know. As Breath of the Wild, A+. JoJo Season 1, we'll talk about that soon.
Yes, we will. But have you been watching
I
or
have
reading
many-
anything?
I have many points.
Have you been indulging in anything besides JoJo's and Zelda?
No, not at all.
Alright.
Absolutely
He
nothing.
thought he was going to watch anime, but it was me, Dio!
Oh, alright. Let me mention a show, I guess more of like an OVA that I watched a week ago, but I forgot to mention it last time. I finally got around to watching the 2 Little Witch Academia movies.
Oh, I love those. They're so
I
cute.
saw one of them.
They're pretty good, yeah. I watched the dub, and it's weird because there's some really good voices in there, and there's some kind of bad ones in there. So I'm thinking I probably should have watched the sub overall. But yeah, it's a really charming little show. I love the way that they use their animation, and they use color really well to light up the show with magic and everything. I watched the original. I guess it was Kickstarted, right? The original OVA movie.
I'm not entirely sure. I think it's just like a one-shot they did, but I'm not sure how they funded it.
And they did a Kickstarter one. So I watched that one and the one that's about the parade. I liked the parade one. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that one's really cute. I'm actually looking forward to that show coming out this season, I think, right?
Oh
Or
no,
next
it's already
season?
out, man. 8
Oh,
episodes.
it's already out. But no, I mean,
Yeah.
like the entire show. They're doing like an actual full season.
It's out right now.
Oh, it's already out.
It's airing.
Oh shit! Why didn't I fucking know that?
Yeah, I haven't started it yet because I've been trying to watch other stuff. There's some other stuff I'm watching this season. The stuff that's been coming out, I don't really like it all that much. I'll discuss it at a different episode. But yeah, let's get into some JoJo's, man.
Alright.
All right, Ari, I want you to give us some background on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Alright, so JoJo's Bizarre Adventure was made by Hirohiko Araki, and this was back in 1987, I believe.
Oh,
So
the good old days.
It's been running in the manga's been running since then, so it's been over 30 years already, and they're currently on part 8, which
Damn.
parts 1 through 6 actually were part of Shonen Jump, but starting from part 7, it aired in the Seinen
Alright.
magazine. So JoJo from then on is officially a seinen.
So I guess you would say it shonen jumped ship to seinen.
Yes.
Nothing for that, guys?
Shonen Joe jumped from too much clunky. I don't like it.
Your JoJo jokes are bad, and you should feel bad.
Yeah, I need to work on my ham and pun skills.
Hey, just so you know, jamon in Spanish means ham.
That sounds delicious.
So, like, my ham power.
It's the power of delicious ripple bacon.
Exactly.
And so for this episode, we focused on the first 26 episodes, which are the first two arcs, the first two parts, right?
Yes.
What are those called again?
Phantom Blood is part 1, and part 2 is Battle Tendency.
Alright. So part 1 deals with Jonathan Joestar and his
The perfect gentleman.
his feud with
Yes.
Dio Brando.
Yes.
And Speedwagon's also
Yes.
there as the best girl.
Yes.
Yeah,
REO
and then
Speedwagon.
part 2 deals with 50 years later. It's his grandson.
Joseph.
Yeah, Joseph Joestar, also known as JoJo.
Oh, alright. I see. Oh, I understand now.
There seems to be a pattern in this show where the character who's the main character is named JoJo through the convenient coincidence of the letters of their names having Joe in it twice.
Pretty sneaky, sis.
Yes.
Kinda crazy, guys.
Yeah.
A little bit bizarre.
Oh,
It-
yeah, bizarre. Yep, go on.
And roll credits. That's the name of the song.
We're
That's
done.
The name of the show. We're done.
We're over. The podcast is over. We can't go any better than this. I'm glad everyone joined us today.
Two roundabout. We're done here.
And so, alright, so let's talk about how far did everyone get into the show? Like, how far in episode-wise, and how much did you like it? I guess let's start with Carlos. Your name is on the top.
Yay. Because I logged in first.
Yep.
I got up this episode, I finished episode 7.
Alright.
So, right after the hat guy passed down the torch. What's his name?
Speedwagon.
Zappelli.
Oh. The other hat guy.
Kelly? What? Yeah, Kelly.
Baron
passed
Zappelli.
on his written thing.
His hand.
And, yes, his ham. His ham power.
Come on!
Jojo. And together they defeated the evil king. And everything was fine. So the Fire Nation attacked.
Oh.
Yeah.
Another great
It's-
anime.
It is
Firelord
been...
See,
No, but I don't know. I am gonna finish the first arc. You said it was 10 episodes, right?
9 episodes.
9 episodes of the first one, yeah.
Oh yeah. So I'm right before the little, like we rescued the little kid's sister or something.
Poco's sister.
Yeah, Poco. Poco means little in Spanish, just so you know.
And Poco's literally named after the band Poco.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah,
Every
something we should
character-
probably mention actually about this.
So every character in the show, or later on in part 3 starting, where it's actually their abilities can also get names, every character that can be named has a reference to Western music. Because Araki is a huge Western file.
What's JoJo's?
JoJo's actually, I think, a reference
mama.
like a restaurant he ate at or something.
Huh.
So he just kind of went with JoJo.
Isn't that also a Beatles song or something? Hold on, I gotta listen
Yeah.
to it really fast.
People mentioned it actually kind of might be a Beatles reference, but Araki
Why wouldn't
actually
you lead with that?
because Araki himself said it's not a Beatles reference.
So let's go down the
yeah.
list. Dio is obviously a reference to Dio, the great metal singer. Baron Zappelli is a Zeppelin reference, if I ever seen one.
Yes.
REO Speedwagon is just fucking REO Speedwagon.
Hey guys, the song "Get Back" by the Beatles. It's about a guy named Jojo.
Huh.
Yeah, so there we go then.
Man, it's just chock full of it.
Alright then. Problem solved.
Part 2 adds some more references, but we'll get to that in a bit.
Alright, yeah, let's keep working down the list. Ari, I'm gonna skip you because you're the JoJophile in this group.
Jojophile.
Poses menacingly.
So, Dave, how far did you get and what are your kind of thoughts on this?
I just started Star Cruiser?
Stardust Crusaders.
Stardust Crusaders, yeah, I just started that one. Just got to the first episode. I like it so far. The first season kind of dragged ass a little bit.
Yeah.
I think the first time I tried watching this show, I got to, episode 5, and I kind of forgot about it for a while. And then I came back, and I thought I was, way farther than I actually was.
Yeah.
But, once you get past that initial hump of, okay, it's just, the guys posing and yelling at each other, and you're, weird angular faces, and then Speedwagon explaining everything that's happening even though you're watching it. Once you get past that shit, it actually gets pretty good.
Alright. And Hunter, what are your thoughts on the show?
Oh, sweet lord, I took some notes. Just give me a
Just as
second.
bad.
Oh, that's good. I didn't think of that. Okay, so one of my first notes about it was that they couldn't decide on a single color palette.
Oh, yes.
That confused the shit out of me the first time I watched, because I'm like, hey, wasn't JoJo's hair blue? It's no, now he's blonde. Now he's got green hair. What the shit's going on here? Is it the same guy?
Did someone put something in my water?
Wow. So that's what happened. I thought it was just reaction. You know how everyone will turn purple or something when they're shocked or something like that?
Yeah, just like real life.
It happens a lot in the show. It's just every other scene, they're different hair color for that scene for some reason, because they just like the palette swap, I guess.
Yeah, the entire show is really just about style, isn't it? And color, and
Yes.
just that's what it all uses.
God.
And so I might be just projecting my own opinions, but it doesn't really seem like the overall plot of the show is really all that important. It's more of the style of the show and what it as an art form, I guess, is trying to put across to the audience. If you guys feel me?
I can kind of feel that, yeah.
Somewhat.
And
It does actually have a pretty cool plot, too, though.
It does. Just, you have to get to it.
Yeah.
Alright, Hunter, you can continue. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I was about to say. Oh, speaking of plot, my next point is the plot. The plot seems like it's made by a 12-year-old boy being put on the spot.
Like Axe Cop or something?
It's and then what happens? And then something falls from the sky, but then he blocks it with Hammond power.
With ham powers.
Ham boning will save your life.
True.
The things are so ridiculously fantastical and childish that you would think that a child decided what came next.
It's the Axe Cop of anime.
Exactly.
I can definitely see that, yeah. My main issue with the first, the first 2 seasons, because Speedwagon's still around season 2 for a little bit, too, is just, that one character just explains everything as it's happening, and I'm like, oh my god, I can see what's happening, shut up.
Please.
Just JoJo's using his fist to punch that man in the face.
Yeah.
He has such grace and power for a gentleman.
Yeah.
Look at this Hammond. Use your Hammond, JoJo.
But that's kind of a bigger issue in anime in general, is having over-expository characters that are explaining, what's going on in the shot, even though you can just look at the shot yourself and see what's going on.
Yeah, but then, and then they freeze on the person talking.
Sorry, what?
They freeze on the person talking, and they don't show the action scene. It's just his shocked face. Oh my god, I can't believe it's happening, and I keep talking, and I keep explaining how amazed I am seeing my friend fight the other guy, and the camera's still on me, and I don't know why the camera's not moving away from me. I'm still talking because I'm the main character right now. It's important how shocked I am. Do you feel me? Do you know how shocked I am?
Maybe he started off and he sucked at drawing fight scenes, so he just did that, so he didn't have to draw them.
That's the Speed Racer trope, isn't it?
Yeah, that's like an old school, like...
You know what, you're right. That actually explains a lot, because it's the late 80s where it started.
Go, Speed,
Double
go!
Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense then. That's kind of excusable, because it's kind of a trope back in those days where someone would just talk about what's going on instead of showing what the fuck happened.
Yeah,
Double shock.
let's segue into my thoughts on this. So I only got up to episode 5, which is, like, coincidentally where, Dave, you said you stopped originally, is where I fell off. And it's got style, I'll give it that, and it's got some bitchin' music, but I just don't really care about the plot or the characters, and I don't find it that funny. It's clever in its own way, in its own style, but I don't know. I'm going to continue on with it, obviously. I'm going to finish the first part, then I'm going to see how the second part moves on with this idea. Because I realize that every part has a different JoJo, and so a different story to tell. But for me, it's kind of like going back and watching Seinfeld, when, like, Seinfeld created all these tropes and stuff and played with them that sitcoms, like, to this day still use, and they continue to use to their detriment. And so I feel like going back and watching JoJo, it's like it uses a lot of different tropes from anime that I realized if they probably invented in JoJo's, or if they at least didn't invent, they refined. But it's kind of hard for me to go back and watch it without realizing how formulaic and, like, kind of unimaginative it is to me in the year 2017, even though, like, back when it was first made, it was probably, like, kind of groundbreaking. You guys understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I had the same issue watching the movie Face Off.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like, I watched it maybe 3 or 4 years ago for the first time, and I'm like, I'm not sure if this was good back in the day.
It wasn't.
Or if this was considered campy as fuck back then, too, but it really, like, it's just something about it is just off.
I'm gonna take your face.
Everyone else copied it so much.
Off.
Yeah.
Something just took its face off.
It's so good. That movie is great.
It is kind of great, but it's like, you know, they have the fucking, like, shootout in the church, but it's just all of a sudden it's just rose petals and doves fly everywhere, and it's like, okay, now you're just fucking with it.
It's a John Woo movie. What do you expect, man?
They jump a ramp, right, with a boat. The boat is in midair. It does not hit anything, and it explodes midair.
Oh, man.
I think there's some doves that fly off of it, and I'm not even sure where the fuck they came from. That's kind of what JoJo is.
JoJo is the face-off of anime.
JoJo is a boat exploding midair, and you're like, that's cool, but what the fuck just happened?
I did have one point that could be, like, a good standing point for JoJo.
A good stand?
Oh. Wow.
Oh, no, if I may add myself,
so it's basically like
I had actually started watching JoJo before, and I didn't know where to start. I just started, I had started a bit farther on when they already had stands. I believe that is the main reason why I'm still going with it. I want to know where the fuck stands come from.
Stands are introduced in part 3, so.
Oh, alright, cool. Yeah. Alright, sorry for interrupting, Hunter. Continue with your spiel.
no.
Hunter.
What?
This is a safe environment.
Hunter,
I love you. I'm sorry.
I was just. I know someone's going to.
So, guys, I really like JoJo.
Carlos, you didn't realize this, but interrupting him is actually part of his secret past.
My what?
You offended him greatly. Oh, I didn't realize that.
Alright, Hunter.
And we'll have a podcast about his secret past.
I was going to say that JoJo is a lot like an anime version of a Shakespeare story.
Tragically bad?
Fucking sick burn.
No.
You went Victorian on your ass.
it's okay, Carlos. I'll
like the character. Sorry, go ahead.
It's okay, Carlos. I'll wait for you to come up with the show.
Alright, sounds good.
You done?
Hunter? Yeah, go on.
Jesus.
Oh wait, Hunter's here?
You know what? I'm done.
No, it's cool. It's cool. But
Is it cool?
maybe. use your Hammond ability to do your speech overdrive.
Dude, get it out of your system.
I was just saying that it's like anime Shakespeare in a way that in the. You guys have me all flustered now.
So which Shakespeare story?
You have to focus on your breathing, Hunter, or else you lose your Hammond ability.
The way the show progresses is it's like the character goes through something and then they have some intense monologue, which is like some sort of intense Shakespearean monologue, where they're like, I'm gonna do this, and it has like, that has all their foreshadowing. That has all the foreshadowing in it to like figure out what's in the next scene. And then they have like a scene, and whenever there's an action scene, it's not really about like who's trained the most, it's about who, like, I don't know, it's just about who wins.
Alright. Which Shakespeare story does it remind you of the most, do you think?
Castlevania.
Castlevania. It does remind me of Castlevania.
My favorite. That's the one with the black guy, right?
Yeah.
Does anyone go for here?
What?
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's because like a lot of the show is driven on the conflict between Dio and JoJo, and those are two pretty verbose people, and so they usually have a monologue to say before they start with the fisticuffs.
There's also a lot of soliloquies too.
Yes.
So I can see that being kind of Shakespearean a little bit.
It's a good $5 word there, David.
It's a really fun word to say.
And quite a lot of worrying.
Okay. Now that you've mentioned that, okay, everybody, I want us all to do our best vampire like screech.
Hunter.
Wait, me? No, I don't want to go next. I want to hear someone else's first.
Did you hear mine?
Which one was yours?
I was pretty proud of mine, you know.
I'm trying to remember. I can't really remember what they sound like.
I need to drink some water, though. Oh my god, guys, if you could see the waveform of me yelling into my microphone when I did that.
It's like a Charmander from the Pokemon. Okay, so now we've ear raped all of our people listening.
Yeah,
By the way, headphone warning. I apologize.
Yeah, that's when you give the warning after the ears are bleeding already.
Everyone's just like, mop.
Dean, do you think we should have told them?
Yes, we should have told them, Carlos. When we do our Pokemon episode, people will actually get that joke.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's talk about some of the music of JoJo's. Like, what's the name of the ending song, David?
It's Roundabout by Yes.
Yes.
No.
No. Yes.
It's such a tasty tune, man. Even if I'm not really that into JoJo's, I can appreciate that fucking bass.
Yep.
It's like, I love the first time they actually do the whole like to be continued thing, which kind of became a meme in and of itself. Like,
Yeah.
where like Zappelli is going into that place where he knows he's gonna die, and it's just like, alright, let's do this shit, and it just like freeze frames and starts that bass line up.
Yeah, man.
It's also been in my head for like 2 fucking weeks now, that fucking song. It's like an 8-minute long song. It's like you start listening to that shit, and it's just, that's like your next, like, 10 minutes of your life is just that.
Yeah. Yes. You see what I did there?
No.
I will
No.
say, there is a nice, at some point in part 2, they actually do a bit of sampling of Owner of a Lonely Heart for one of the songs they do.
I noticed that, yeah. It just uses like that one like really tasty guitar riff, like the bow down. And it just does like its own thing after that.
Yeah.
It's so good though.
Man, this dude
Yeah.
just really loves fucking classic rock. Like,
Also, there's a good segue too. I want to do another game with you guys here.
All right.
So, the theme song
you're
for
the
this
game
one-
master now on this podcast. We expect games from you every episode now.
Because I realize, like, half of you guys haven't watched the whole series and shit yet, but we all know it's got some tasty-ass fucking music in it.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna pick I'm gonna pick an anime from one of you guys, like, lists on my anime list.
Oh,
Your top
shit.
10 or whatever.
Oh shit.
And I want you guys to tell me what classical rock song you'd have for the end credits theme song of it.
Oh,
Wait,
alright.
what? So like in place of the ending song?
Yeah, in
Yeah.
place of the credits theme song in it currently, what would you make the classical rock theme for it instead?
Alright.
Hannah Montana.
I'm gonna start with Carlos, Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Wait, no, you're not supposed to tell them what
Jelly.
the song is.
No. I'm saying, like, here's the show, and then you tell me what classic rock song you put as the end credits.
For Evangelion. Fuck.
Yeah, Evangelion.
Oh, man.
No. Well, so
Yeah, nothing?
something to tell everyone. I am musically retarded and I cannot, like, yeah.
Please
I would
be
have-
seen.
Considering part 3 of the show has Savage Gardens, I Want You,
That's
we
part
can do like 90 alternative rock.
four. That's part 4.
Part 4, okay, shit, I don't know, I haven't gotten that far yet.
So yeah, I don't have an answer for you.
Okay, well,
Strong
a lot
start.
of angst. So, what Linkin Park song would you have as the end credit?
Yes, Numb would fit perfectly in with
Numb
Shinji's
would
angst.
fit really well, actually. Okay,
I can see that.
let's do Dean, Midoku Magica.
Ah, oh ho ho, it's magic.
You know.
Yes, I can't think of a better.
So
Never believe it's not so.
Yes,
fuck you. It is so.
It is
that's.
actually pretty fucking good.
Well,
Alright, let's do, Trigun for Ari.
shit. Trigun. Definitely something. God damn it. I actually can't think of it.
Because I was thinking about something for this one, maybe, Renegade by Styx.
Huh.
I was actually thinking about a different Styx song for something else if you were gonna put it, but
Come sail away for
I'm
one
kinda
for One
curious
Piece.
what you're thinking of now, yeah.
I was thinking.
Come sail away for One Piece.
That's pretty good.
Thanks.
Nah, I was actually thinking Come Sail Away for Hunter x Hunter.
I guess that
Pretty cool
works.
too, yeah.
Yeah, but
That's pretty good.
for Trigun, trying to think of. Can you come back to me on that one?
Yeah, that's
I'm trying to
fine.
think of like classic rock.
Okay, let's see. For Hunter, let me see.
Oh boy.
How about Kill la Kill?
Oh man.
Oh, okay. Okay, Holy Diver.
Holy Diver?
Yeah, because it all starts because she has to get revenge.
And she's been gone too long in the midnight grade.
Yeah.
Can't you see what?
I mean, like, the thing is, though, like, can she ride the tiger? I mean, you can see his stripes, so you know he's clean.
Yeah, he is.
You know what I mean?
That's her suit.
I think
Okay.
Black Savage is gonna sue us
You gotta get
now.
away. Damn it.
So Dave,
Yeah?
what song would you give to the end of Boku no Pico?
Shit, wait, what's that one? I think it's by Rat, 17. Only 17. No, Sweet Child of Mine. There we go.
Oh my god, that's. I think you're on a watch list now. Good
Okay,
fucking
so-
lord.
I actually thought of what I would put for Trigun. Carry On My Wayward Son.
Alright.
That's a pretty good one, too. Oh, wait, okay, shit. Boku no Pico, what is that one? Like, I love little girls, they make me feel so da-da-da. Like that one, yeah.
That's not accurate to the show at all.
You're off by one chromosome, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was a fun game. Let's go another round.
Yeah, okay, shit, what else I got here? I actually took off half of you guys' lists when I was doing that. How about, do you ever get, how about Hunter One Punch Man?
Oh my god. Can I have a moment?
Or how about I just open it up to everybody now? If like anyone wants to answer and stuff, just go for it.
Okay.
Cause that's kind of a little bit easier, I think, because I'm kind of putting you guys on the spot.
I have the Tiger by Survivor for One Punch Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
go for it.
It's the thrill of the fight, guys.
What?
Alright, what about Full Metal Alchemist?
Renegade?
No.
You can, I don't know, maybe Iron Man?
That's just,
I am Iron Man.
it's pretty solid.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I don't know.
Card Captor Sakura, Ace of Spades?
It's a really dumb
Pretty
one.
fucking dope, actually. I want to make like an AMV, like an AMV or something.
Yeah, do it.
Look.
Over for you, Get to, I guess, wasn't it?
Let's see. Card Capture Sakura.
I never actually watched that show.
I think I watched like an episode of it, maybe. I watched it in Anime Club, I think.
Dude, that was one of the best shows ever. I started with that. Well, one of my starts. Cardcaptor
Wait,
Sakura.
okay, shit.
And-
I'm trying to think, what show would be good for Werewolves of London?
God, there has to be a good one, right?
Huh?
There has to be a good one. I can't really think of anything.
Hunger of the Wolf, and I'm hungry like the wolf.
No. I meant like the song Werewolves of London.
Ah, woo!
Like,
Oh.
yeah, ooh, Werewolves of London. Like, what
Wait,
show would
no, I
that be?
got one. There's Vampire Bond, but that's like half and half about vampires.
Yeah, because I was looking at like Helsing on here. I'm like, that wouldn't work for.
Yeah.
Although, what would work for Helsing, guys?
What is it?
Helsing?
Yeah.
You mean Helsing Ultimate, not...
Helsing, yeah, the vampires and they're Nazis.
Raining Blood.
Yeah, that works. I like that.
Yeah.
That worked for Elfin Lied too.
It might be a little bit on the nose for Elfin Lied.
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
Are you sure you wouldn't go with Hammer Smashed Face?
That's a good one too. You're right.
Maybe Black Magic Woman by Centaur.
That's a good one.
Pretty good, right? Just freeze frame on her like tearing some guy in half like a fucking wishbone.
Black Magic Woman.
So to the AMV AMV community, you're welcome for all of this.
Yeah, this was a good idea. This is a good little game. We should keep doing stuff like this.
Yeah, I was thinking like half you guys didn't get very far in the series, so we might have something to actually go for, you know?
Yeah.
Carlos, do you have one for me, or was that like 10 minutes ago when I wasn't paying attention?
that it was Boku.
Okay, cool.
Good one, by the way.
Should we talk a little bit about part 2 at least?
Yeah, let's talk a little bit more about JoJo's. So I haven't watched any of part 2 yet, but I'm not that worried about spoilers because I'm pretty close to being done with the first part.
Well, part 2 is 50 years later. It's everything that happened in the past. It's resolved. Like, don't worry about that. It's kind of its own thing now.
All right.
Don't worry about it. It's not at
Like,
all
don't worry about it. You know, it's like 50 years ago, man. Like, I'm pretty sure there's no vampires. That wouldn't happen.
Hint.
But so there's a video I watched years ago. It's called "Friendship is Manly," and it's like a bunch of it's like the My Little Ponies girls, but they're all muscular, angular men with like unicorn horns and shit, and they're going to a party for Pinkie Pie. And after watching this series, I realized it's the fucking bad guys from part 2. Like the guy just fucking drew the bad guys from part 2 as My Little Ponies characters having a party. And Oh god, it fits. It works really well, actually. They're just, like, angular, muscular men. Like, they have, like, they're so muscular they have, like, hourglass figures. It's fucking weird. Just, like, banana hammocks.
Shall I play the theme to lighten the mood?
Will it actually work over your microphone right now?
Well, I can just put it in chat, and everyone can play it at their own pace.
Yeah, so for copyright and stuff, just imagine we're playing it right now.
I'm not gonna play it.
We're just gonna have like 2 minutes of silence now. And just picture the song in your head. It's pretty dope.
So Hunter, did you make it to part 2?
I made it to the first episode of part 2.
Tell me what you think so far about part 2.
I think that it's freaking ridiculous. Okay, so no one
fucking waiting for it.
No one knows anything about vampires, and like because the only vampire was killed or taken care of so soon after it came out, and so the only person that knows is Joseph Joestar.
Yes.
It's Joseph, right?
Just
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's his great grandson or his grandson. or something.
Yeah.
And he was told all about it by like his grandmother, the girl who got away with the child that one time, or at the end of season 1.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
It's okay though.
But yeah, he knows about vampires, so he sees one, and everyone's just like, all right, why is this crazy guy in the middle of the street? He pulls out a Tommy gun and just unloads into him, and into the restaurant behind him. and everyone's like, what the fuck? You can't just kill people like that.
They're like, holy shit, you just shot that guy. He's like, nah, he's not a fucking person. He's a goddamn vampire.
Meanwhile, he's like still unloading the clip while talking.
They're like, why are you shooting him? You're like, what? Yeah, if you think that's ridiculous, it gets fucking crazier.
Dude, the fucking Coca-Cola scene was out of this world.
Oh my god, yeah, it's like some cops taking a fight with him, and the guy just like picks his nose and wipes it on JoJo, like, hey, stay out of it, kid. And JoJo's got a fucking Coke bottle in his hand, and he's just like, he pops the Coke and just snaps the cop's finger as he's trying to shoot him.
Yeah, he pops the Coke with the Coke inside and makes the bottle fly off and break the guy's fingers before he can pull the trigger.
So I'm wondering, guys, what is the driving force behind this show for you? What keeps you going and watching it?
What I like about it is that it's kind of ambitious because it doesn't have any qualms about killing off a main character and then having it be like a legacy thing.
Alright.
Like, I think that's pretty cool. It sort of reminds me of Castlevania. I made that joke earlier, but it's like, it's this family that's like doomed to fight this ancient evil kind of thing.
Alright.
And it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I can see that.
Question.
Just
When
as
does Dios head get transferred?
Hmm?
What season does Dios head get transferred?
That's
Like,
Actually,
I don't
that's the end
want
of
to say
one.
what I mean. 'Cause
Yeah, it's the beginning of part 3. Or part
Alright.
2.
Cool.
Yeah, because part 1 is 2 different names. But it's 26 episodes. In episode 27, you find out what happened.
Alright, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I just got to that part, so that's why I know.
Yep.
That's what was driving me to see it, but now that I know, I don't have a drive to see it.
Gonna drop that shit like a bag of potatoes.
Exactly.
Well, it's like they go off on a tangent for 15 episodes with something else happening, and then they kind of get back to that. And I haven't seen where it's going yet, but I'm like, oh, like, how you doing, buddy? I remember you.
And so, Ari, as someone that seems to be pretty invested in this show, what is your love? What makes you keep either reading it or watching it?
Well, let's see. I initially got into it because of the memes.
Yeah.
But then, as I went through it, like, the show is just really over the top in nature, and it just kind of doesn't give a shit in some sense. Like, it just kind of embraces it full on. Like, yeah, this is absolutely ridiculous, but we're rolling with it, and let's make it more ridiculous.
All right.
And then
That actually reminds me, kind of just like another reason why I like this show is because like what you said, it's ridiculous. It's sort of like watching a campy like Arnold Schwarzenegger like 80s movie where it's like you know it's fucking silly, but it's still really fun to watch.
Alright.
Yeah.
So it's
And,
like watching Predator or something.
And
Yeah,
at
like, you
least-
know, like Total Recall, his fucking eyes are exploding out of his head, and you're like, that's awesome. Like, what is this?
At least what sets it apart from most shows is that even with how ridiculous it gets, the battles are mostly about strategy rather than just straight up overpowering through power levels or some shit. That is literally all the fighting is about, strategy.
Yeah, I noticed, like, early on when they were fighting Dio in episode 5, I think, and, like, they go to attack him, and, like, I think Speedwagon or somebody is like, he's at least 5 times stronger than all of us. I was like, oh shit, here it goes. Like, we gotta start getting goddamn power levels and shit, and I'm like, I watched enough Dragon Ball Z to know where this shit's going.
God.
And then it was like, okay, that's actually wrong.
Yeah, and then they actually didn't really do that. Although, in the second part, like, with the Pillar Men, one of them, I think, is like, my Hammond power's 100 times stronger than yours is now. Like, that's like, oh,
Well,
okay, so I guess, like they do it, but not often enough to make it annoying. It's not like, it's my third transformation, bitch. Like, I still have 4 more. Like, like Frieza, you fuck, get out of here.
But I mean, if you stick through it and get to part 3, you'll definitely. I think you might enjoy the stands because it's a more interesting power because it's more along the lines of everyone has this like one ability that they can use in different manners, and it's about how they fight with it against an opponent, even if like they're at a disadvantage.
So how would you compare like stands to like Nen or alchemy in its robustness and how well it works as a mechanic?
From watching one episode of it, it kind of seems like Pokemon that come out of their ass beat shit up.
Well, I'm sold.
Well, like Dave, you didn't really get into yet, but
Oh yeah, I know I haven't. I'm just being an asshole.
But at least during whenever they have an episode going, during the halftime thing where it's like, okay, going on commercial break and returning, they actually take a stand from a user and they'll like fill out the stats for that stand.
I kind of saw that actually. Yeah, they did it for Magician Red, I think, first episode, don't they?
Yeah. It'll be stuff like power, speed, range,
blood type, favorite food.
Yes, favorite food.
First date ideas. Long walk in Egypt and punching shit in the face.
Yeah.
Marry me.
Man after my own heart. Man after my own heart.
Potential intelligence. So it's not entirely based off of one thing. So like basically something that's really powerful will be a short range ability, but something that's like not as powerful can be used remotely. So it's kind of neat.
That's kind of cool. Yeah, it's kind of more varied powers than what Hammond.
Yeah, definitely. Although part 3, it kind of feels like some of them are a bit overpowered. Anyways.
Wait. Are you telling me they introduce an entirely different energy system?
Yep.
Yes.
They just say fuck it to the last part of it.
What the fuck?
Well, it's like by the time we get to the end of part 2, the energy system is kind of worthless because like the bad guys are just like getting punched and they're like, "Fuck you, fight me!" Like, what are you gonna do about it? And it's like they usually works. I punch them and it makes like a ripple, and they go like, and they kind of like wiggle around a bit, but it's like by the end of it, it's just kind of like, oh, didn't hurt.
But so I kind of want to save it somewhat, but Dean, you would really like part 4 because it feels a lot like Persona.
I'm gonna have to keep watching, aren't I? If you're gonna say that word to me.
Why must you do that, Ari?
Persona's so good, guys.
Because I know he'll enjoy it. That's the thing.
Did they get to summon Satan?
No. Maybe.
He's like, no, how would that happen? That's crazy. Like, shit, they're onto me.
Yeah.
So, out of curiosity, I know it's going forward about 50 years at a time or something like that. In Part 4, are they in space yet?
No.
What?
Do they get to space at some point?
Well, that's in part 8.
Because I saw the name like the Star Crusaders or whatever, and I was like, oh shit, they're going to space. And apparently I'm fucking wrong about that.
Yeah, you are.
Damn.
Oh.
I wanted to see them use silly fucking powers and pose in space.
I'm really not sure why he called it Stardust Crusaders.
It's because he's Joe Stars. Oh.
It's because he's smoking that angel dust.
Actually, yeah.
I think that's what it is.
You know what? That is a plot point. That it's like, how conveniently we forgot to mention this.
Hey, remember the birthmarks we have that are stars that none of us noticed for like 26 episodes? Oh no, you mentioned it, yeah. Like, well, that's a thing.
Yeah. Except I think it's actually kind of shown somewhat in the show. It's never mentioned until then.
I kind of want to go back and watch this first season and see if, like, when they're shirtless during fight scenes, if they actually have their shoulder stuff on it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Well, then again, JoJo's one of those shows where you can have a plot hole, but it kind of doesn't matter because the show's just fucking kick ass. And
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of like, again, like cheesy 80s action movie. Okay, he's covering himself with mud and somehow it stops a predator. Like, it's fun, silly, but let's
Hey,
just go with
man,
this. It's awesome.
that is scientifically accurate. Their vision is based off of heat, man. Don't you fucking dare talk shit about Predator to me.
And then JoJo's like, yeah, me too. Mine's as big as a house.
What?
big as a house, guys.
Okay, I feel like we've diverted this conversation. I no longer understand what you're talking about.
Alright, are there any final comments about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? The first 2 parts, at least.
It makes me want to post so fucking much.
Do it, man. Right now, do it.
It makes you
Yeah,
just like change color palettes and just flex.
let me see if I can find the picture so we can make it the card for the episode.
I want Carlos to pose, do a color palette swap, and then make it the cover art.
Okay.
The thing is, I don't have my long hair anymore. I can't
Oh.
Damn, you could like totally be one of the.
Yeah.
One thing that I will point out that made me want to watch this show a lot is that I'm at conventions a lot because I work as a vendor in them, and just for our podcast people that are listening, not you guys, you already know the shit about me.
Go to the nerd out
every
at
con I
St.
go to, I see
Augustine.
somebody, like, I'll see somebody at the convention just wearing like a fucking awesome outfit, and I'm like, that looks awesome. I don't know what the fuck it's from though. Like JoJo, I'm like, shit, why am I not
Yeah.
watching this? And it's
Are you
like,
watching it now?
they have such cool costume design.
Oh yeah, frickin' Araki actually, I think with his 30th anniversary of writing, and paired up with Gucci to do a JoJo exhibit.
Got Gucci's bizarre advertisement.
Yes.
Gucci, use your designer helmet.
Yeah. Like, especially if you look through it, like, the guy knows how to make some designs for like clothing and whatnot.
Some pretty fucking snazzy looking stuff, yeah. And like the people that make the cosplays, like I mean, like a lot of it's like leather and shit, which is like it's hard to fucking sew together like a goddamn leather jacket, especially for what is it, Jotaro, I think is the one.
Jotaro?
Yeah, Jotaro. Yeah, he's got like a ridiculous like leather like jacket and shit.
More of a fan of Hamtaro.
Hamtaro's Bizarre Adventure.
I would watch that in a heartbeat. I would watch that
Oh my
in
God,
a
that'd be
fucking
great.
heartbeat.
Just like angular, muscular hamsters just flexing the fuck out of shit. Use their ham on.
Oh.
I smell a crossover. I gotta start writing fanfics, guys.
The world isn't ready for this.
Just make
Okay.
the internet even worse than it already.
Alright.
Any further thoughts before we move on to soapbox for this week?
I I do have one more thing too. There's actually a pretty kick-ass fighting game for this.
Yes.
I played it at a convention. It's on the Dreamcast. I think it's called JoJo's First Fighting Game.
I thought it was just
really
called.
imaginative.
I thought it was just called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
I think it's something like that, yeah, like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and it's like First Fighting Game or something. I don't know. I was trying to find it on Google and figure out the name of it.
Yeah, and so I first heard of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure because some of the the freeware fighting game Mugen, where like they rip sprites from all different fighting games. A lot of people rip shit from JoJo's for that game, so I would run into characters while looking around for new shit to download for it.
Is Bison a ripoff of a JoJo character? Because this entire art style reminds me of Bison.
M. Bison from
Supposedly
Street Fighter?
Guile is based off of, Stronheim?
Oh, yeah, von Stronheim from Part 2.
Yeah.
Guile is literally that, except he's American.
And it's okay because at the end of that arc, JoJo goes home to become a family man. Thank you, Dean.
I do like how von Stronheim is like the one likable Nazi in anime.
I noticed the subtitles did not call them Nazis. They're very specific soldiers, Nazis.
Right, but it is.
No, wait, I want to hear what Ari said again.
Yes, they somehow made a German character from the days that are basically leading up to World War II actually likable.
Okay, that's weird.
It's kind of weird, yeah, because like I was trying to figure out why the fuck they would skip like a whole generation in the show, and it's because they wanted to get from Victorian era to the 1930s so they could have fucking Nazis and vampires together. And I'm like, oh shit, I know what's going on now.
Yep.
Fucking Helsing.
Oh man, dude, like if there's one thing that's awesome, it's like Nazis, zombies, and vampires are like just the trifecta of just silly shit to fight.
Yeah, man. Like
Yes.
Nazis and vampires go together like hip hop and samurai swords, and like spaceships and blues.
Yeah, man.
By the way, just a side plug for Brain. It's a fucking awesome game where you fight Nazis and vampires and zombies and shit.
All right.
Blood Rain.
Isn't this a really old game?
It is a really
It's
old game.
from,
It's also pretty
PS2
bad.
It was kind of fun though. Like it had some fun mechanics where you like jump on a guy and bite him, and as you're biting him and getting your health back, you can like use him as a human shield so the guys can't shoot.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. It was a cool game.
All right, let's put a pin in this JoJo discussion. We're gonna revisit it at some point. We have to. It's one of those monoliths of anime that we can't just cover in one podcast episode. But for now, let's move on to the soapbox. Anyone want to volunteer for their first spiel?
I already talked a whole lot, but I'll go
I,
first if you want me to.
All right.
I don't know, the only one that I can think of is one that I think I've done already.
Well, say it again.
Fuck.
Do you not remember it now?
Do you want to just
No, I
talk
remember
more about
it.
Ruby or something?
Yeah, let's talk some
Have
Ruby.
I mentioned the breaker on the soapbox?
It's been mentioned,
I
but
don't
I'm not
think
sure if you had an entire rant about it.
Okay. Well, the breaker is a Korean. Well, actually, I'm sorry. I did mention it because it was a comic only.
It's okay, Hunter.
You're among friends here. No, he's not.
All right, we're gonna let you think about it for a little bit, David. Since you volunteered,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, it's not an anime, so.
it doesn't have to be. It can be an anime, a manga, a manhwa, anything.
We're a bunch of dick sniffers. No one cares about our opinions anyways, right?
He's right, you know.
Well, you know, you could. Well, I mean, we all know it, but you don't have to put it like that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So the show that I want to talk about is Nichijou.
Nichijou?
Yeah, it's what is
Oh
it?
my God,
Nichijou, I think.
It's a brilliant show.
It is fucking silly as hell. I haven't finished it yet. 'Cause it's been me and my friends thing we watch together and stuff, and all of it is on their computer, so I can't Like, I could watch it online, but I don't want to sneak ahead and watch more of it because they'll fucking kill me.
Yeah.
But it's slice of life show. It's translates, I think, to ordinary life. But it's basically it's like the anime version of a regular show. Oh.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good way to put it.
Because it's like they have normal situations that just get fucking silly. Like there's one episode where
you cut out a little bit.
And oh yeah, it just doesn't kind of cutting out a little bit there. Is that any better?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the girl's not paying attention in class, so she gets sent out to the hallway to wait, and she just sees the principal, like, basically getting into a fist fight with a deer. He just fucking suplexes it.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Such a good scene.
she wants to tell somebody about it, and they all hear her yelling, "What are you yelling about?" She's just like internally, she's like, "No one's gonna believe me."
That was the moment for that show. I watched it with Hunter one time, and like that was the moment for that show for me, is watching that principal suplex a goddamn deer.
Yeah, just fucking just like, wow, like gives him the fucking people's elbow.
It was so
Oh,
good.
it's so good.
It does.
It is a very ridiculous show.
It does slapstick so well, and it's kind of hard to do slapstick in anime sometimes because usually you like seeing real people get hurt and real people do dumb shit. But it's so cartoonic. Yeah. Cartoonic? Is that a word?
Cartoonish?
Yeah, sure, whatever. Who gives a shit? No one's listening anyways. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's definitely like one of the silliest shows out there. Like, I don't watch it often enough. Like, I need to watch more of it definitely because it's so fucking silly.
I agree 100%.
Why not?
I haven't seen it since I watched it with Dean, but it's like that anime that I always want to watch but never can remember when it's time to sit down and watch something.
Yeah, you really need a chunk of time to sit down and commit to Nichijou.
Yeah, I think it's only like, what, 30 episodes or so?
I thought it was only like 13. I thought they only got one season.
I'm on episode like 13 right now. I think it's like 20, 26 or something like that.
Dope.
Yeah, it's pretty great though. It's also based off of a manga, I think, called Helvetica Standard.
Oh yes, that's a fake manga in the show that one of the girls is writing.
I thought it was actually the manga that they had, like, that was based off of too, or something.
It might be. I don't know. They might go meta with it. I would not be. I would not put it past them. I'm
not entirely sure, but like I love like the little like Vocaloid like Helvetica Standard. Like it sounds so cool.
Nichijou is definitely worth a watch. Or anyone else?
Yeah.
Well, so let me tell you the story all about how my life got flipped upside down.
All right.
And I like to take a minute
Blue his house with the blue little windows.
tell you how anime infected Cartoon Network.
All right.
Okay.
So, way back when I was starting middle school, roughly around 2006, I was getting more and more into anime, and I thought anime was superior animation style, better than anything, you know?
I mean, you're
typical
right.
weeaboo and all.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do, more anime stuff. So that's when I came across. Wait, give me a second. I can't talk right now. I'm doing a podcast. Oh, wow. Sorry about that, guys.
That was amazing.
That was fantastic.
I'm talking about anime. Get out!
So,
Fuck off!
Get the fuck out!
oh, God damn. So, anyway, where was I? So, I came across this genre called Jojinshi.
Oh,
And
man!
I'm hoping I'm saying the right one. Either Dojin or Dojinshi. I think one's a hentai
like
and one's
porn. Yeah, it's just like regular porn without like tentacles and shit.
Dojinshi is hentai comics.
Wait.
Oh wait,
then-
no, that's the one that's fan comics, right? That are
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Well, it's one or the other. I'm talking about the fan comics.
Alright.
Yeah, I think it's Dojin or something. I want to say.
Yeah, I think it is Dojin. Either way, it is a fan-made manga using someone else's content. So, I remember I was going through like some old, and I mean old Cartoon Network web pages, and I somehow stumbled across this link, and mind you, this was the official Cartoon Network website. And the link said something along the lines of basically telling me, "Hey, we're so amazing, we have an anime version." I click on the link, and I'm introduced to, drumroll, Pop-Up Girls Jojinshi.
Oh my
Posted on
god.
Apple Comics,
What?
hyphen in the middle.
Wait,
So, like-
so Carlos, is this a hentai or is it a fan comic?
It's a fan comic, and it is not a hentai.
Alright, Jojinshi is, like, specifically porn, so we gotta make that clear if we're gonna go on with this discussion.
Well, the comic is called Jojinshi,
Alright,
but like it has no porn in it. It is not hentai.
alright.
So,
No
long story
hentai, no
short,
sale.
It's called art, Gene. You wouldn't understand.
this is an anime webcomic where the whole cast of Cartoon Network plays a part, including some Nick shows too. The characters include the Pop-Up Girls, Dexter's Lab, Doll M for Monkey, Samurai Jack, Courage, XJ9, Shock Zone, Megas XLR, Invader Zim, Grim Tales, I Am Weasel, Atomic Betty. Not that yet.
Is this an official thing or like a fan-made crossover?
It's a fan-made thing.
Okay.
And they also include, I don't know, Time Squad, Robot Boy, Danny Phantom, all those shows, and so much more. And it is filled with so many references.
It's like the Dark Tower, but with 90s shit.
Is this gonna turn into the cartoon version of the Aristocrats?
Then the
I
Towel
wish.
Agent
And
said,
the Powerpuff Girls take down their pants and take a shit.
"That's a good act. What do you call that thing?"
Well, so like, I don't know, and the thing's still being made. It has taken over 10 years, and right now they're just getting into the background of the bad people, which have connections to the Cluster. If you remember from Teenage Robots.
Wait, the
And-
cluster from Steven Universe?
No, no one likes that show.
Teenage Robot.
Okay, I didn't really watch that show.
Oh, well then you're lost.
I did. It was
Yeah.
pretty good.
I think I watched bits of it.
And since it's not finished though, I'm still not really sure what the plot of the story is. But like I said, they're just getting into the background of the bad people, and they're talking about how the white Pop-Up Girl came to be, which is one of the original characters.
Do not steal.
Powerpuff Girl.
Yeah. I don't know.
Isn't that all of them? Aren't they all white?
Well,
No, there's Blossom, Butters.
Butters,
Bubble
yes.
Yeah, Butters. The original character did not steal.
My favorite Powerpuff Girl.
Oh golly, I can't save the world. I'll get grounded.
That's a pretty good Butters. I'll give you that.
Oh, hamburgers.
well, to end this though, this is one anime style nostalgic trip. It is somewhat like Fusion Fall, but it includes like characters from all over. I highly recommend it. Watch how it's going, and then if you want, go to the other comic Grim Tales, which has to do with Mandy in the future fucking Grim, and they have kids, and now they have.
I'm sorry, one more time? What?
You
You
fool!
just dropped that shit on us like that, man. You gotta eat this thing, man.
Dude, that's like weird on 8 different levels.
Hey,
No
there's
shame.
so much more to it.
And there's no shaming on this podcast. Carlos, this sounds very, very interesting. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else?
I think we just gotta end the podcast now. Just like, well, see you next week, just end. Yeah, so anyways, Mandy's fucking grim, just nope.
Every day we go further from God's light.
Anime truly was a mistake.
All right. So Ari, do
JoJo.
you have any soapbox for this week?
Actually, I don't really have
All right.
a soapbox. So,
All right.
I mean, if we want to discuss
Soap?
Steven Universe,
Nope.
because
Nope. Not on this show, buddy.
Yep.
Take your garbage and
that's-
fucking put it in the trash.
I'm gonna make my own podcast. It's just gonna be me talking about Steven Universe.
But they make
I'll be
Evangelion references.
I'll be like, hey,
Who
David,
doesn't?
Okay,
hey, how you like
they
Steven
made,
Universe? And I'll be like, it's pretty good. And I'll be
They
like,
made like
okay,
one
yes,
Evangelion reference, and that was just
No, they keep on making more and more and more. Like, congratulations and,
Hey, this hole is my size! Whoop.
yeah, oh, there's that too.
It's just a love letter to, like, anime in general, and Rebecca Sugar is a total weeaboo, and she's one of us, and I love her for it. I remember finding a post a while ago. She made Ed, and Eddie Rule 34.
Well, who hasn't,
And,
man?
like, in the post, she was like, I sure hope nobody finds this in, like, 10 years when I'm famous, lol.
I need to look
Oh my god, she's one of us, and I love her for this.
Wait, who is this?
Rebecca Sugar, creator of Steven Universe. And, like, the fucked up part about this, too, is that it's really well drawn. So it's like, I actually, like, read the whole thing, like, this is actually pretty good. Oh, that's Eddie's penis. And that's Double D, even him with Double D. Wow, okay. But I mean, like, she had talent, though. Like, I gotta give her that much, you know?
Good God, what has happened to my podcast? Oh my God.
Straying farther from God's path every day, Gene.
I even had a show to talk about, but I'm not even sure if I want to anymore.
Do it.
Alright, it's gonna be such a shift from what we've been talking. Actually, not that much though. Thinking about it.
God damn, why'd you post it in chat, Carlos?
Oh my God! No!
Wait, hold on.
It's not even the whole thing, man. Come on, you gotta fucking go like the whole storyline to it, where you know he gets mud trucking in the house, and then Double D's like, hey, you're getting mud everywhere. Take your clothes off, man. You're filthy, and then they start fucking. Come on, man. Amateur shit. It's amateur shit.
All right, I'm gonna talk about my show while you.
Oh, hi, Abby.
While you.
Oh, hi, Mark.
My show is Welcome to the NHK. It's a show that I think I've mentioned before on this. It's
Yeah.
Probably.
it's a very dark show. Like, I guess it's technically like a romantic comedy. That's not, like, saying that is not giving it the, like, it's being reductive to the show. It's about a guy, let me see, I forgot his name, the main character's name. Oh, Sato. Yeah, so he's pretty much so stop me if you heard this before. He's a shut-in, 20-something that just hangs out on the computer all day in his room. Is this ringing any bells?
I don't know, man. I don't think anybody's ever made an anime about that before.
But the thing is, I love with it is it's a story about depression and paranoia and anxiety, and like they don't pull their punches when it comes to the dark shit. Like I've dealt with depression in my life, still am right now, to this very minute dealing with it, and man, they get so much stuff right while also having a really compelling story with really good characters. So the entire show is about him, Sato, and his neighbor that are making a hentai game. Because, you know, obviously.
Fantastic.
God. I knew this would be the fucking reaction.
This is so perfectly delivered.
I knew this would be the fucking reaction. Because... And so Sato made this promise with this girl, like, to pretty much better himself.
Of course he did.
And so he gave himself a goal, which is like he pretty much bullshitted from like the beginning. He's like, oh, I'm a video game designer. I make video games. And he's like, fuck, what do I do? My buddy is a big old fucking weeaboo, so it's this hentai game. Yeah, let's do that.
He just makes like shitty Flash games you find on 4chan.
Not even that. He doesn't even fucking. It takes him a while to actually start doing work. Like, to be honest. But the entire show is about him trying to better himself, like with his own mind, like fighting against him. Like he has a lot of hallucinations, paranoid delusions, and stuff. He's always talking about like a conspiracy with the NHK that's going on in his head, that some of his some other characters indulge him in to like for better or for worse, usually for worse. And it's just they deal with the subject in such an interesting way that like. I knew saying out loud what the premise was, like, oh, it's a shut-in making a hentai game. I knew that would be a pretty bad way to start with it, but I recommend it to anyone that is interested about, like, mental illness and what it can do to a person and how, like bettering yourself, I guess. It has some dark moments, like, no shit. Some real dark moments.
Sounds like whoever wrote it is dealing with that kind of stuff themselves.
Yeah, it's kind of like
make it care.
it's like looking at the psychological parts of Evangelion, and you can totally see, oh, this guy has been going through some shit, and he found an outlet for it.
You know, funny enough, people actually theorized, like, during the whole Golden Age arc of Berserk, that Mira was actually going through some shit, which is kind of why it ends up the way it does.
Yeah.
Which I don't want to say for spoiler's sake.
Out of curiosity, has anyone here watched the show Princess Jellyfish?
No, but I've heard of it.
Okay, it's a really cute show, but the main character has like crippling social anxiety, and it's like watching like 2 episodes of it, and like how she interacts with the world and shit. I'm like, shit, like whoever wrote this knows what it feels like, and like it's fucking hitting way too close to home for me. But it's like she's this like really nerdy, like kind of shy person, and she loves jellyfish. Like when she was a kid, her like mom would take her to like the aquarium and stuff, so like that was like their bonding thing, and she like just like totally geeks out over like marine life.
Yeah.
And it's like the first episode, she's like walking past like the pet store, and like every day she like goes in there and like watches the jellyfish tank, and she notices like one of them is like a freshwater tank, and it's a saltwater jellyfish, and she's like, oh god, I gotta save it. So like it's just her battling against like her social anxiety to like actually go inside and just like, you know, it's like like, and then she just goes and like just like blurts out like a paragraph of just like, hey, that jellyfish is in a salt tank, it's the fresh that, okay, bye. But it's nice. Really cute show. I've only seen like maybe 2 episodes of it. Cute.
All right. So yeah.
Just speaking of you know, mental illnesses and shit.
Yeah, you kind of actually reminded me of a show that people like to, I guess, hate on because it reminds them like that it's somewhat depressing and kind of cringy in some way. Watamote.
I've heard of this show. I haven't watched it myself.
Watamote?
Watamote.
What you say?
Is it my uranium or your uranium?
Uranus?
What's it about?
Anime, I barely knew her.
Well, I haven't
Don't laugh at that,
watched
Carlos.
it,
Don't laugh at that.
But it's basically like a girl who like simulated a bunch of high school living situations and dates, but she's just like introverted as all hell.
Can't relate to that at all.
What?
Nope. And I guess it's
Wait, what? She simulated it like in the Matrix?
I don't know. That's what the
So
synopsis
it's
says.
like to like battle her own like isolation or something. She makes up her own high school with blackjack and hookers or something, I guess.
Yes.
Cool.
And she's like socially awkward. You know, can't relate to that at all.
Nope.
Not whatsoever.
Is that the zombie one that you're talking about?
Stop calling us nerds.
We're weeaboos, get it right. Baka.
Don't be such a tsundere.
Hey, that's Bean, not
me.
you.
That's me.
Oh right, you're the cootier.
About to go yand your motherfucker.
Whoa. You know.
Practice my stabbing.
It's okay because you love us.
It's true. Yeah, you can murder anyone you want if you love the person.
I just love killing people. We're going to Blitz and Shits now, guys. Come on.
All right, should we end this fucking thing? What do you guys think?
We probably should.
What about what are we gonna watch?
Oh yes, that's a very good point. So, all right, so Ari, you picked the last time. You picked JoJo's because it was your birthday. So now we have Carlos, Hunter, and David that can pick things.
Oh boy.
I volunteer to not give one this week.
All right.
I got kind of an idea. It's a show I wanted to watch a while ago. If we actually make it podcast, I'll actually watch it.
All right.
Have you guys ever watched Serial Experiment Lane?
Oh, I've been meaning to watch that too.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch it and shit. It's just I've been cat-assing.
Cat-assing.
Yeah, just fucking being lazy about it.
All right. Hunter, do you have anything?
Not really.
It's funny because I asked you this like last week, and you said that you. Never mind.
What?
I thought you.
I would have one. For
yes, that's what you told me, but it was just lies.
Well, I mean. Alright. No, I can think of one.
Can you now?
Yeah. Have we done? We haven't done flamenco. That'll give me an excuse to finish watching it.
Samurai Flamingo.
Yeah.
Is that like a samurai shampoo?
No. Well, yeah. I say yeah.
I bet you think you're real clever.
Well,
No, not really. I think it's a shit.
Faster.
Alright, so it's between Samurai Flamenco, which is a kick-ass sort of story. I talked about it before on here.
I might have been gone for that week.
You were. Or Serial Experiments Lane, which I've heard is a very, like, heady, kind of crazy kind of show.
I've heard it gets a lot of stuff about the internet right, and it was like made in like the very early 90s.
Alright.
Actually, late 90s, but
Late 90s, yeah. It's only like, I think like 13 episodes too from what I was looking up.
Should we vote on it?
I want to do the Experiment Lane one. I've actually been meaning to see this one too.
Yeah, it's like one of those things that I've been meaning to watch for a while and just keep on forgetting to do it. And I figure if we're all forced to watch it for something, we might actually...
Yeah.
Alright, so should we vote on it, or should we just decide on not Hunters?
I think our silence speaks volumes there.
If you don't like me, you can just say so.
It's not that it's not like I don't like you,
Yeah.
Baka.
You Baka.
Alright, let's vote on it then. I really enjoy Samurai Flamenco. I would think it would be a very fun show to talk about.
alright,
I think we're
so
typing in chat right now too, which ones we're voting for.
So Carlos is for...
Text in your number right now.
Carlos voted for Serial Experiments Lane, and David, he voted for Serial Experiments Lane. It makes sense because he's the one that put forward the idea.
Ari voted for Ruben, I think, right?
Ruby, yes.
Yeah, Ruben. The big black dude that was in like American Idol.
Oh, you mean like a Reuben sandwich?
That's relevant. Yeah.
Captain Crunch. That's not one of the.
You know what I mean?
That's not one of the
Experiments?
choices, Hunter. Please, that is an invalid choice. Please try again.
It's
Also, while we're talking about Captain Crunch, I just want to say that All Berry Crunch was an inside job.
Oh my
You folks
god!
heard it here first.
You can't make jokes like that on my podcast. How dare you? People died in those towers.
I'm not. Who the fuck's joking? I'm spreading the truth, man.
All right, so I guess we're doing Serial Experiments Lane for next time around.
yeah, that sounds fine.
Get on the Lane train.
Do we still want to do prison school for when Taylor comes back?
Oh yes, we will have a prison school update when Taylor returns from the Wild West.
Yes.
Hopefully he has very many stories to tell, and maybe he might actually show up on time for one of these.
The legend speaking of the day when he
He's
comes
gonna
back.
show up right after we finish this,
I bet he will.
like last time.
He's gonna log in at like 12:30 and be like, "Hey, what's up, guys?"
Hey, you guys still recording?
No. Last time, literally as we closed it, he messaged us and said, "Hey, how's it going? Are you guys still doing it?"
Are you guys still awake?
Yeah.
Alright, so that was a fun talk about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm sure we will all probably continue with the show at some point, and we're probably going to talk about it again. Maybe.
Muda, 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 muda.
They're such fucking weeaboos.
Alright, see you guys next week.